All right, guys, Naked Raw Truth. It's been a dream of mine to create a podcast that would teach and will show the sensitive side, not the sensitive side, I should say, the raw truth behind every celebrity that we interview, including some of us that have been through a lot in life. And we got here to my left, I got Tyler. Tyler was a police officer, and now he's a security guard. We work hand in hand together. But one of the biggest things that I take from him is a couple of weeks ago, actually last week or 2 weeks ago, he actually told me that he had a motorcycle accident. And he goes, "How do you go from being an actual police officer to selling burritos?" That's the true heart, and that's one of the reasons why I picked him to be actually in this podcast. And obviously, we're gonna touch more on that aspect. So make sure you guys stay tuned to the Naked Raw Truth to know more about Tyler. Now, to my right, I actually have Tucker. One of the biggest things that I take from him, and I would like to have him on this podcast, was due to the reason that he believes he's too old. He believes he's too old. He's a single father. Ladies, he's a single father.
We're getting there.
So, and one of the other things is he feels that he's overweight and he doesn't belong in the police. But one of the biggest things that I do take from him is he belongs at the police station. He knows everything about law. He knows how to handle himself. So I would love to follow his kind of like his idea of him going from a security guard to his process. And with that being said, I myself have been fighting for 19 years, and with my experience, I want to be able to help him get in shape and help him in the process. And not only that, but Tyler knows what it's like to get into the police station, so he has great guidance. And then as of right now, for our first podcast, he wanted to make a big entrance, and he showed up late. He's still not even here. We're waiting for him. His name is what's his name?
We call him Breeser.
Oh, man.
Breeser.
I'm not even saying his name because he's late. His first day on the job. He's fired the first day.
And we all just came from work, but he had today off, and for whatever reason, he decided he didn't want to show up on time.
Yeah.
So we'll make sure we let him know.
Yeah, well, trust me, he's going to be watching this podcast. So the reason why I wanted him on the show was due to the reason that he's been, he applied for the police station 12 times. Not saying that I want to show a lot of support to the police. No, the reason why I wanted to get him is how many of us have applied for something over and over and over and got rejected? How many times have I myself got into a fight and I lost, but then I kept that dream alive? So for him, it is very hard for a lot of you, not only me, but a lot of you as well, to when they say no. We all work at a homeless shelter, so I know a lot of these people are one no from saying F everything and go forward. But he didn't give up. The 13th time, he officially got it. He's now a federal agent, which is cool. Just in case we get in trouble, right?
Yes.
He's a narc.
Yeah, careful with it. So that's why I wanted him on the show. But not only that, and then we have our guy that's actually back here. He gets to get the respect, especially because I've been in the UFC. I've been in pretty much all promotions. But hey, guys, if it wasn't for the guy holding the switches and making sure our mics are good, making sure that everything is good, none of this would have been possible. So I gotta give a big shout out to Jesus. See, Jesus is always protecting us. Yeah. So Jesus, he works, once again, he also works with us. He doesn't like to be in front of the camera, but he does. He does an amazing job. He's been a good friend to all of us, and that is why I wanted him on to be on it. And plus, he loves being behind the scenes and being able to make sure that everything goes smooth for him.
And I know that Tyler can vouch for this too. Lately, Jesus has had more takedowns than you've ever even attempted to.
Yes.
And all the years of you fighting, Jesus is just
definitely question Efrain's fighting skills.
Oh my God! Absolutely. Oh my God! So hey guys, so let me show you guys. So you guys all, and let me introduce myself. So just in case some of these people don't know.
Sure.
So guys, my name is Efrain Escudero. I started in MMA, and I've been an MMA fighter for 19 years. I started in 2005. I'm old. Some of you guys probably even older than you guys been alive. So I started in 2005. I had my first fight in 2006. But I think I'm officially retired from MMA. I'm letting you guys know on the first podcast, I am officially retired from MMA.
If Hasbullah comes through, though, you got to take the fight.
Oh, no. I'm retired from MMA, but I'm officially having my fight on the 23rd of this month. And I want to make the first announcement here live to you guys. I don't know if you guys have heard about this new organization called Karate Combat.
No, not yet. I haven't heard of it.
Okay, well, guys, if you guys can start looking at it. Karate Combat. Benson Henderson fought Anthony Pettis on the last card. I have officially signed a 4-fight deal. I am not done fighting, but probably I am with MMA. I signed a 4-fight deal. My first fight will be in Mexico City, February 23rd. So make sure you guys check it out. It's going to be, remember, the UFC is actually on the 24th. So one day before.
It's true. It's
yeah.
a sign.
So, guys, I went a little bit on the who am I, who's a little recap on who is everybody in here. So let's talk a little bit about what the Naked Raw Truth brings to the audience. Anybody?
Yeah, I mean, like you said before, it's essentially all of us has gone through our own path, our own story. You know, we're at different ages. Obviously, you're approaching 60. You know, me and Tyler are a little younger. But essentially, we all kind of come from the same path. I mean, I was born in Arizona. All my life lived in Phoenix. Wasn't from Yuma. I know that you guys are too from Yuma. But it's just kind of one of those things where you don't really hear a whole lot of stories that come out of, Arizona. Granted, we have, some rock stars like Dirk Spanley, who grew up here. Terrell Suggs played football. He grew up out here, played out here as well in high school. But, it seems like here in the Valley, we just kind of stick to our thing and just burn up in the middle of the summer. So being able to come out and tell our story, is definitely, kind of like a blessing in disguise, being able to have that opportunity. So, but like you said before, it's just Naked Raw Truth.
Yeah, I'll add on to that. So we want to, like you explained, we all come from different backgrounds. We want to show some accountability. Everyone takes different paths in life, makes different choices. All of us obviously have different backgrounds, different experiences. Some of us came from nothing. Some of us came from well-off families. Like I said, we're going to show what could happen to anyone at any time. Just be straightforward, true, real. Yeah, we all have our own battles. We just want to show that we're all human, regardless of our background. We're all human, and we all have made mistakes. We've all have different experiences in life, and our view has changed. And we just want to let everyone know, and we're all alike in different ways.
Yep. So just adding a little bit to everything that's kind of going on, all right? So we pretty much all said it. We all been talking about it so much. So the Naked Raw Truth, everybody has a story to tell. Some don't want to say it, and some do want to say it. Guys, I come from Mexico. I was born in Mexico. I was raised poor. I was a little gangster kid, and eventually I found with the negative that came in my life, I made something positive, right? That doesn't mean I've been perfect my whole career, because I wasn't taught to be perfect. I was taught to be tough, but not perfect. And I believe that a lot of us here today go through a cycle of life, and when it gets rough, especially right now during this time of era right now, you get a hard path throughout life, and we want to give up. So we were coming from a different kind of generation where it was like, suck it up, keep going, nobody cares, right? How many times have you heard that?
Still to this day.
Yeah, I hear it every single day at work.
Definitely.
Like thank you. By the way, we was talking about work.
Yeah, more to add on to. I mean, it's crazy that you mentioned that. So, coming from your guys' backstory, it's weird to think that, through our lifetime, at some point we decided to end up here. It wasn't by choice, or maybe it just is destiny. But it's just weird how we all have the same mindset. We grew up. Myself, I grew up in a poor family that my mom was addicted to drugs, and was around that my entire life. And just to hear that your guys' side of the story, which you guys will hear soon, just to know that we're all here now, it's just kind of it's weird when you think about it. It's crazy how things turn out.
Yeah, no, and it's crazy how we add everything on. We have the same mindset, but we have the different backgrounds. So for me, I took everything negative in my life and I made it something positive.
Absolutely.
I had a father figure that was my stepdad. And then I also had, I was that kid waiting, like, oh, my dad's coming to pick me up. And then my stepfather would be like, hey, man, I'm going to take you fishing tomorrow. He'd be like, let's call him, tell him to stay. And I take that as a holy cow. Now that I'm older, I'm like, man, you know what? I'm never going to let my kids waiting.
Yeah,
so I learned from that, you know, and I can vouch for all of us that we're all fathers here.
Yeah.
Like us three are all fathers. So it takes a lot. It takes a grown man to be a father. Anybody can be a dad, but it takes a big path to be a father, you know. So guys, during this podcast, we're gonna have big time celebrities. We're gonna have, I'm gonna have Joe Coy on this show. I'm gonna have Mojo Rawley. He was NFL. They won Super Bowl with the Packers. I'm gonna bring a lot of people in, and I don't want to know anything about the celebrity status because I'm pretty sure if we go and I Google everybody, everybody's gonna, everything about them. But for example, a little bit about Joe Coy that really motivates me. He filmed his first podcast. I mean, his first Netflix deal. He funded it, did everything by himself. Netflix kept calling him and told him, hey, man, we're not going to buy your stuff. Stop doing this.
Yeah.
He just re-signed a couple more deals. And that to me is like surreal. Like, he had a vision, a goal. And going back to the naked raw truth, I saw this a long time ago. I wanted us to show our story. I want my story to motivate a lot of people. And now working at where I work, it just brought me closer to you guys. And 2024 is my accountability year. This is called accountability. Every day, I told myself, hey, I would show up to work, and you guys would be like, hey, where you at? Like, where's the podcast? Where's the podcast? Like, when are we starting? When are we filming? So that kind of put a backstage. And by the way, I want to give a big shout out to my friend Rafael. Rafa, I was actually stressing out. Me and Jesus and a couple of the guys that were like, man, we're trying to gather all like cameras, we're trying to gather mics, we're trying to gather all this stuff up. And so we ended up getting like pretty much all this stuff. And then I was talking to my friend Rafa, and Rafa was like, hey man, I have a podcast. You can use the studio. So guys, to everybody, I'm gonna make sure to tag him on here. Follow him, amazing guy, very, very knowledgeable on everything that he does. Once again, Rafa, thank you very much for the support and for inaugurating our official podcast. So,
yes, thank you.
So
Thank
now,
you, Rafa.
hey, but everybody, I'm selling some equipment. If you guys are starting a podcast, hit me up. I got you guys. So,
real quick, not to interrupt, Jesus, will you go up front and get Breezer stick that decided to show up?
Oh,
Our fourth is finally here.
finally, huh?
Pretty boy's finally
The
here.
one with no responsibilities, no father, has no kids.
No.
He has a father, but
See, now this is the weird part about it, So we're not gonna be all serious, guys, because we're not all serious about it.
No.
Like come on, if I come here to you and I'm like, this is how you're supposed to do this and this and this, we're not gonna do it. It's not gonna be fun. So we wanna. How does Breezer hang out with a bunch of parents and he has no kids? So every time we send messages, we're like, hey, man, we have a kid, or like, we're having a kid party, and he shows up by himself, or a new lady, or like something. We're like...
This looks like the single uncle. I think he'll constantly be that for the longest time.
No, I think, Breezer's an amazing guy. He was a supervisor. Guys, and before, on the first official podcast, I'm going to let you guys know, I've got one write-up in my whole career, and... it's none than I showed up late to work. Well, no, I did not show up so late. Let me tell you my story. My story is, one week I go in at 6 a.m. Another week I go in at 8.
Allegedly.
Yes.
Allegedly. And I showed up to work on my normal week, 8 o'clock. And there was a write-up waiting for me. Please elaborate.
Yes, so like you
At
said,
8 o'clock I showed up, all right?
No. I'll explain.
8 o'clock.
Schedule said
Let
6.
the supervisors talk.
Yes, supervisor's talking right now. So, supposed to show up at 6 per schedule.
Yeah.
Shows up at 8. Obviously, he made an arrangement with admin. Even decided to show up at 8:40. So he was late for his first shift, technically 6 on the schedule, and then he's still late for his revised schedule time. So yeah, I definitely gave him his first write up.
Yeah, and it was something that me and Tyler talked about too, because we had kind of let it go on for a while, understanding the situation, and it's not like Efrain's not a hard worker, definitely is one of the hardest workers that we have. Seems to be a little bit scared to go hands-on now, but we take that with old age.
Oh my
but
God!
It was definitely something that me and Tyler kind of both looked at each other and said, "I'm not gonna do it."
Yeah, no, definitely didn't want to write them up,
but you have to hold people accountable just as much as your friends. Like we said before, me and Tyler both of the day shift supervisors, so.
See how they're flexing real quick in here, guys? Like it's real quick. They're fucking like, I am the supervisor.
I mean, it wasn't gonna write itself. So
yeah, no, definitely.
So first off, Tyler.
Yes, sir.
Tell me a little bit about your background.
Born and raised in Yuma.
Okay.
Came from I was in a poor family. Both parents worked 5 days a week. Remember growing up being home alone, as a kid.
But wait, let me stop you there. Wasn't that the dream for all of us to be? Yeah. Oh wait. Let's stop this set real quick.
Finally
oh my God. Hey guys, come here, guys. You guys are about to see right here. This is the single uncle that hangs around with us. Real quick, let me everybody introduce you guys to no other. Come on, big entrance.
Yeah,
come
here. I told you guys that I work nights and I sleep during the day. So.
Oh my God!
Excuses.
So guys,
seems like you had a little bit too much partying going on last night.
Oh well, the story I have for what happened last night is X-rated, so it is not family friendly.
Appreciate the Dark Horse rep though. Shout out to Dark Horse. For sure.
Yeah. Hey guys, so this is this is the single man Breeser that decides to show up at whatever time. We said what, 2?
Yeah.
I woke up to the message. So
I mean, we talked about it a week ago, and yet here we
did
are,
I not say? Did we establish a time a week ago?
I believe so.
Yeah, we did.
Yes.
Yeah, we did.
Yes.
I don't recall.
Okay, so hey, why don't you say? But you're on
right.
set, my friend.
Do I need headphones? Do I need?
No.
Well, you're out of headphones. That's what happens when you show up late.
Yeah, you would have had it set over here.
Yeah, well.
So
That's part of that accountability we talked about.
yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
We can hear that pretty good. So who are you?
That's a loaded question.
All right. So tell the camera who are you?
A little bit about me.
Yeah.
So, my name is Adam. Obviously, and most people call me Breeser because that's my last name. But met all these guys while I was working security with them. Don't work there anymore. But yeah, we had some good times down there. Some wild times down there.
That's for sure.
But yeah, no, a little bit about me. I was, raised here for the most part. I was in the Marines for a while, and now I'm a cop. So
You sound real like that mustache.
I'm telling you, that's what they were all saying last night. So
that mustache.
we'll talk to that off the air. I promise you.
Like we said, guys, this is gonna be the single uncle for the longest
Yeah.
time.
He's the guy
uncle
with
of the kids.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to be single. All right.
We're here for you, dude. We're here
Yeah,
to
we
support
got you.
I got another date tonight, so
What?
dude, I'm telling you, the apocalypse is coming because
in a row.
yeah.
2 in a row. Went from being stood up to 2 in a row.
Hey, I went from being stood up to, I'll tell you, there was some standing up last night. I promise you that.
Yeah. Whoa.
Let's just reel it back in.
Yeah. Hey, bring it back. Bring it back.
Yeah.
So, guys, once again, I tell you guys a little bit about him, and the reason why I recapped on this a little bit, the reason why I got him on here is he refused to give up. As you guys heard it, 2 times was rejected, and 2 times now he's going for 2 in a row.
Yeah, was
Yeah.
it 11 departments?
I'm persistent.
Yeah.
At that.
Yeah.
And what was it? 11? How many? 11 or 12?
I think it was 11 departments, right? Until you got on?
Yeah.
That said no.
Yeah, and then some of them multiple times.
Okay, so please explain what happened.
So, after I got out of the military, I got out like the last week of February in 2020. So before all the COVID stuff happened. So, my whole thing, part of the reason I joined the military is because I knew I wanted to be a cop for the longest time. So, got out and, things were kind of funky. And so I started applying with departments and for whatever the reason was, I started getting rejected, and then that took what?
You're slamming the thing, and I can't.
Yeah.
It's like a heartbeat.
Yeah,
It's loud.
Just
Like
even this.
this is loud.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, then no more slamming. So,
Marines.
What do I do with my hand?
yeah, I'm like Ricky Bobby, dude.
Yeah.
But no, started applying with places, going back and forth, and just, for whatever reason, they didn't want to hire me. So, going back through, I thought, okay, well, let me just go back to school. So I had to wait till in-person learning opened up, and then, kept applying with places, and then, got to a point where I was pretty much ready to throw in the towel. I was not in a good spot, and, but for some reason, something in me just kept, it's like, hey, I still got to do this. Like, I didn't put all these years of work in just to throw in the towel and give up. So I actually had a buddy that works for the department I work for now, and he hit me up and said, hey, we're hiring about, and I was like, I kind of had my bouts with you guys like a couple years ago. I was like, I'm not into that. I'm just gonna. But then, for some reason, something clicked, and I called down there. I talked to the lieutenant that was there, and lo and behold, that was the one. So, I know, you got this saying, it's like, third time's a charm, this, that. For me, it was like 12th or 13th time was the charm. So, but yeah, but
consistency though.
Yeah, but and that's the thing is like the big thing for me was I put in years and years of work, and I was, as much as I wanted to throw in the towel because, there was no light at the end of the tunnel. It's just one of those things where I refused to throw all the work and I did away, and, it ended up working out for me.
Well, even still, I think you had mentioned that, 'cause your brother works for a department locally, and that department that you applied for was the last one, and they told you absolutely that we're not even going to look at this, right?
Yeah. And so,
that's pretty harsh words to hear, and then for you to still try is like,
and that happened multiple times. So.
Yeah.
But
so Breezer, everybody calls him Breezer. So one of the biggest things, how do you stay on? How do you keep that mindset?
Honestly, it was just.
I know you say about the years, but man, there gets to a point where you're just like, for us in fighting, you lose 3 or 4 in a row, we're throwing in the towel. We're done.
Yeah,
we're. But for you, it's like constantly again, and eventually they're gonna say yes. So it's like going to a bar and you ask 100 girls. Eventually, one's gonna say yes.
Well, like Tyler said, I got stood up by 2, and I was like, I got another 2 lined up.
Yeah. So
it could be. I'll say it now already. It could be the baby arms. But
okay. We're
all right. So, hey guys.
Okay.
He's trying to flex. So
we're not doing this.
Hey guys, so everybody, his nickname is Baby Arms.
No, it's not.
It is.
He joined the police station. And now he's getting fatter, and his arms are getting smaller. Like this, I don't understand this.
Really quick, what weight did you fight at?
155.
And what do you weigh now? Exactly. Anyway,
true story.
Yeah.
True story.
Once again, guys, let me fill him in because he did not get here in time. I will be fighting in 165 in 3 weeks.
You still didn't answer. What do you weigh?
I weigh 180.
But he's got 3 weeks.
And I'll have 3 weeks to go. I got 3 weeks.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
So I got 3 weeks. 165 in karate combat.
Oh yeah, we did talk about that.
Hey, come on, bro.
You know karate now?
Yeah, I have.
He does not.
Guys.
Break the wrist and walk away.
Yeah. Fucking Rex Kwon Do.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Hey, but your baby arms could teach me.
We give Breezer a whole bunch of crap, but to be honest, he does not have baby arms. We just give him a whole bunch of crap.
No, he does have baby arms.
Yeah,
but
The old Breezer had big arms.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We did have an arm wrestling contest at work, and he did lose like.
How many?
I don't
It was
remember.
about
I don't recall.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
Not me.
All right, so Tucker, who are you?
Like we said before, born and raised in Arizona. Lived in Phoenix pretty much my whole life. I moved to Montana 1 year during high school. I think it was my freshman year. So it's quite the culture change. Coming from my childhood, my mom was addicted to drugs throughout my whole life, and unfortunately used that kind of method to shield me away from the rest of my family. But it's kind of the same situation as Breezer. As a young kid, I always knew what I wanted to be. I wanted to be a cop. From day one, always watching. Everybody's watched Cops, but no, I wanted to be out there.
Have you ever applied?
I have. I did apply 3 times, and during the time that I did apply, I was married. We had a kid on the way, and made since I'm a father, I make the best decision was to focus on that. We wound up separating, and that is what it is. We still have a great relationship now, but I wound up putting my career on the back end just to focus on my daughter and make sure that she never really felt like I did as a kid. I strive every day to make sure that she wakes up and realizes, you know, if anything fails, like, she always has me no matter what. And that's the biggest goal, you know, and, you know, you two can attest to it as well. Maybe someday, Breezer, we doubt it, though. But,
but he's single, girls. He's single. True. He's single.
For now.
For now.
We'll see
how tonight goes.
He's taking applications.
So, but, I mean, kind of the general story, you know, applying and kind of getting rejected and whatnot. It's very humbling, you know, to know that you were so close. And, you know, I made it all the way down to the polygraph, and at the time I just decided to pull back, and, you know, I thought it was the best decision. Everybody has regrets, but, you know, looking down the road, I thought I did what's best for me and my daughter, and that's all that matters to me right now. So, you know, doing the line of the work that we do now, I think all of us can attest. You know, the biggest thing for us is just wanting to help people out, and, you know, that's, you know, I believe all of our passion and why we wound up in this line of work. Yeah, we do security, but it's so completely different than just like a regular security job. Mm-hmm. And the stuff that we deal with, you know, a few weeks ago we had the stabbing. Me and Tyler have been out where shots are being fired in Reno. No, it's me and Tyler, actually. We don't care about grammar around here.
So he's the Grandma Police as well. He got that badge first try ever. Yeah. Like, he got that.
Allegedly. So, but it's just one of those things where, you know, we've been through a lot together, and, you know, it's been such a few amount of months, but it feels like we've known each other for like 10 years. Definitely. You know.
Well, that's like, it's what I tell people. I don't know if you've ever heard the saying, like, nothing forges bonds better than hardship, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, I equate kind of what we were doing, right? Like, only working together for a few months, but it's just like, if we were out, people would say, like, we've been friends for how many years? Like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So like that's one of those things where, like, it's shared experiences, and then, you know, not just shared experience, but shared hardship. You know Absolutely. What I mean? So
it's just the camaraderie that builds. It's crazy, you know. And I don't think any of us ever really expected it, you know. No. I never thought I'd ever become friends with the guy that won the Ultimate Fighter, or a guy that, you know, might have jumped over the border and made it to Yuma.
That could go for which one?
And then we have Tyler.
Yeah.
He's a little confused over here. Like,
just like, I mean, it could be, that could have gone both ways.
Guys, well, you know, these are my crew. These are the members that I felt very comfortable bringing them to you, and I wanted to bring them into your screens because I learn. So I've traveled all over the world. I've had a lot of success, and I've had a lot of failures. The reason why I wanted to do this, so I have big time celebrity friends, and almost every amazing story has a dark path. Like everybody here, especially because he touched on it. We work as security, but we don't do just your regular security. I'm not at the Walmart. Hey, give me your receipt. No, we're dealing. You know, I know Tyler, for example, everybody here is, on a daily basis have saved a life. You know, he did a CPR and made sure that a human lived. I'm pretty sure these two guys have used their tools to be able to, like, bring somebody back from being OD'd or something like that. But to me, one of the biggest things that I really take from where I'm working is I look at everybody and I can motivate a lot of people, and I try to share because, man, sometimes I've been down those rough paths. Everybody, like you said it right now, you never expected to be friends with the guy that won the Ultimate Fighter. Well, hey guys, the biggest thing is, yes, we're on TV, we're making money, we're doing this, but guess what? We didn't have guidance. We didn't have. I always ask Tyler, hey Tyler, how did you keep so clean to be in the police station? Because I all you guys, how did you guys stay that clean? Because if I was to go and do a polygraph test, or if I was to go, I'll probably get arrested right after. I would be like, but let's not take that. I had this vision to make sure to motivate, and not only that, now I have fucking law enforcement friends and people that want to strive bigger, and I have friends in dark places, but I want to motivate them to be where they want to be, because dreams do happen. You're not too old to become whatever you want to become. You know, none of you guys, you know, it was what is old and what is retirement, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
So that in itself, I really appreciate everybody that's actually tuning in, and we say it like this because we're not doing it live, but one of the biggest things I want to tell everybody, and the message is, it is this quote that I live by, from Ryan McLemore. Well, actually McLemore. It says the greats weren't great because at birth they could paint. The greats were great because they paint a lot. Once again, I'm gonna say it. The greats weren't great because at birth they can paint. The greats were great because they paint a lot. So I live by that quote.
Yeah.
I take it, and we are not saints, and we've done some bad things, and even after I tasted success, I still tasted failure after. You guys can see us on TV. We can do all this, but it comes with something, So,
Yeah, absolutely.
guys, I know. Breezer, tell us a little bit what you got planned tonight.
Right. Oh,
Keep in mind,
definitely not going to be the same as last night.
keep in mind, this is the wrap-up part. We got 2
Yeah, we
minutes.
got to wrap up, man.
I'm also trying to keep it G-rated. So.
Oh, come on,
Yeah.
man. Like some of these people, come on.
I don't know. Well, hopefully, like he said, hopefully this girl doesn't stand me up and blow me off again. But we'll see.
Oh, wait. You're giving a second shot.
Well, I know. New girl.
New girl.
But I'm saying, like, hopefully I don't get blown off again.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Dating apps? Don't do it.
Or hope you do get blown up.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey.
Well,
Just wait till we're off the air.
oh.
I'll tell you
Wait,
right now.
what?
Yeah.
What do you guys get a room?
I got sent some Snapchat pictures last night
Oh, wow.
Wait, I did?
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember.
That's cool, though.
All right, guys. Guys, once again, this is your friend Efrain Escudero. Everybody knows me. I will be fighting February 23rd from Mexico City. I have no idea what the hell I'm going to do, but it's a straight fight, and it doesn't go to the ground. So I won't be taking any shots, but we will be throwing down. Guys, the first time I got the call, they're like, hey, you want to fight in karate combat? I was like, what? What? No, I don't want to fight karate. And then they told me how much they're paying, and I was like, oh, sign me up.
Yeah.
But then even better stances, right? You came straight to who? Me and Tyler, and you said, I don't know if I should take this fight or not. And like, this is take it. Do it.
At first, I didn't know. I didn't know what I was doing. So I got the approval, and then I called Breezer and I let Breezer know, guys, this is my crew. Guys, Tyler, go ahead and tell them a little bit wrap up.
It's all about me?
Yeah. What can they expect from you?
Myself, motivated. Like we were touching on where we came from, our backgrounds. Did everything I ever wanted as far as plans and goals. Did everything right and still went downhill from there. Been rock bottom. Had everything, went to nothing. But luckily I had my wife there to keep me going. Like he was saying, we've all had our dark times, dark path, and definitely been there. Never in a million years would I ever think I'd know Efrain, a guy that's been knocked out I don't know how many times.
Zero?
Never thought I'd have to write him up or I saved his life this week. I just slammed a guy.
Yeah,
he looked pretty scared, but I had his back. So
I've seen him knocked out before.
you have
You ended up in the hospital.
I don't know. Well, first off, it was an urgent care because I hurt my shoulder.
It
Second
was
off,
a
let's
girl.
not. Don't try to change the subject for that. Bush Light knocked you out.
but
With three
definitely
of them.
Bush Light pizza.
yeah, we've all yeah, we've all like I said, we've all had our ups and downs. I seem to have a lot of downs more than I do have ups lately. I can't get a break. Get in an accident, I get better. I get another accident.
Absolutely. This guy is literally the worst luck I've ever had in my
I should be dead over and over a couple times now.
I guarantee we're going to dive into it in the next podcast.
Hell yeah.
Oh, trust me. He was a cop. He's no longer a cop. I wonder what happened.
Yeah, no.
We'll find out on the next one.
Absolutely.
Tucker?
Yeah, and like Tyler Preference, been through rock bottom for sure, and coming up on the rise and being where we're at today. I think being us surrounded with each other, has kind of helped us get motivated a little bit, further and whatnot. And like Tyler said, never thought I'd ever be friends with someone that won the Ultimate Fighter. But the weird thing about it is you're completely humble about it. You don't go around and say, oh, you're machismo or anything like that because you won the Ultimate Fighter. Like the most humble dude I remember in my life for sure.
Well, thank you, Nurga.
Don't take it too far, but
All right. And Breezer, what can they expect from you?
I just, like I said, one of the philosophies I try to live by is just, trying to be better than I was the day prior. But I always, wherever I go or whatever I do, like I try to always leave some sort of impression lasting, but obviously a good one.
You left one. You left an impression. You showed up 15 minutes late before
Yes,
we
sir.
left.
Well, yes, sir.
Yeah. Hey, great impression, right? He's gonna be better. He's gonna show up on time next time.
I think we'll let you write him up this time.
Definitely.
Well, maybe I'll get a better heads up. I
Okay.
won't wake up to the text. So y'all know when I sleep.
Yeah.
All right. So, guys, that's my crew. Actually, no. we're actually missing one guy, Jesus, the guy from the back, the guy that's making sure that our mics are good, making sure that everything's good. And I want to give a big shout out to Jesus.
Absolutely.
You know, I was actually walking, and one of the pastors looked at me and said, "Hey, you need Jesus in your life." So me and Jesus, he's always with me. I was like,
Jesus and I.
no,
Okay.
it's me. So guys, once again, guys, welcome to the Naked Raw Truth. The next episode, we will start digging into a little bit of each path and just how we overcame everything. Guys, once again, I come from humble beginnings. I come from nothing. I come from a family that told me, when I told them I want to be a pro fighter, they're like, you can't fight. Like I like my brothers be like, nah, you can't fight. We beat you up all the time. And eventually, I became the first Mexican-born fighter to ever have a UFC contract. Right now, I have an amazing record. I've traveled all over the world. But if it wasn't for wrestling, or if it wasn't for wrestling and Pepe Moreno, I probably would have been dead, or I probably would have been in jail. So to those people and to those dreams and to all these kids that are going through something, you know, take it one day at a time. Absolutely. You got this, guys. This is our time. This is our time to motivate you guys. And guys, I really appreciate you. And I wouldn't feel like I'm doing this without you guys, right?
Absolutely.
Definitely.
And
So
we're
guys,
back next week.
we're back next week,
Yes,
guys.
sir.
So finally, thank you, Roger. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Okay.
We're there.
All right, guys. Thank you, guys. See you guys next week, all right?